Well, I've been taught since I was young, and I think like one of the biggest part of me being consistent and making sure I hit the target is when I was hunting when I was a kid. My dad would put one shell in my shotgun, and he'd say, "Make it count, because you don't get no more."
Yeah.
And he put one shell in my gun, so whenever we get ducks or geese or something like that to come in, I'd make sure I made that one shell count. I shoot a full choke all the time. That's what I shoot. I've shot it since I've been real young. I've tried opening up, and it doesn't have the consistency, and I like seeing the smoke off the target whenever you shoot it. So it makes you want to go after them harder and keep breaking them, and when you're not breaking them solid, I feel like I have no confidence.
This is going to be your first time on the All-American team this year?
Yep.
So you want to ring before you get an All-American?
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, technically, right? I mean, you had the ring.
Yeah, because you're not All-American until the end of the year.
Now the patch is hitting, so you got two things knocked out. When you're figuring it all, just get it done. Don't worry about it. And now you're going to Lincoln, correct?
Yep.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. Like, share, and subscribe. This podcast is sponsored by the following. Remington, made with pride in the USA. Iconic American impact. Wenig Custom Gun Stocks. Head on down for your custom fitting. Remember, winners shoot Wenig. Shot Tracker. Like having a coach on your barrel. For more info, go to takeaimtech.com. Life is too short to miss. RM Shooting Clinics. Helping shooters from coast to coast. Have Ricky take your game to the next level. Zach Nannini at Northwestern Mutual. Trusted advice from someone you know. We believe in putting people first. Other supporters for Trap Talk. The Nevada State Trapshooting Association. Don't miss their 75th annual state shoot this October in Las Vegas. The NSTA puts on some great shoots, and they're going big for this year's state. Go to nvtrap.com to check out their program and all other shoots as well.
Welcome to another episode of Trap Talk. I'm Zach Nannini, your host, and I've got my co-host, Richard Marshall Jr. And we've got another Ring Series winner participant, Landon Sievers, who is the high overall champion of the Grand America. Welcome to the show, Landon.
It's Grand American, Zach, not Grand America.
It's been a
Zach
long day.
has a problem with having the N in there, Landon. It's okay.
I won't say anything about that, but that being said, 300 targets later, we're at the Southwestern Grand. We're shooting this live. I'm a little tired, but he was here and we said, why not get it done? So, Rick, would you do us the honors of courtesy?
Yeah, we have Landon Sievers. He's from Illinois. He's going to be on the All-American team this year. And also, like Zach said, won the HOA. Now, I looked back at your scores, and for the Grand in the handicap, you missed 5 handicap targets.
Yeah.
Why did you miss 5?
Mental, I suppose.
I missed 5 in one event. I think I missed 5 in one trap one day. But, so you shot a lot this year.
Yeah. I shot
compared
more
to
than,
the years prior.
Yep.
Do you think that, I mean, you shot the Great Lakes Grand or
No,
Michigan State?
I shot Michigan
State, okay. And then you shot Iowa, because you were in the shoot-off with us in Iowa in the singles, right? You broke 2, I remember that. What other state shoots did you shoot?
I went to Missouri, Illinois, U.S. Open, things like that.
So you shot, would you shoot about double what your normally shooting targets was?
Probably.
So do you think that attested to your great scores at the Grand? Up till the doubles championship, I see you wrote 96.
I struggled on doubles.
It's okay. Hey, I'm your handicap though. I mean,
It worked whenever you did. I shoot the doubles all day. Shoot handicap like that, like, hey.
So that's one of the things, and I've always said it, to win the overalls at the Grand, you've got to shoot lights out handicap.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to keep everything else good. I think you broke 199, if I remember, in the class singles.
Yep.
And then 200 in the clay target.
Yep.
Now, how deep did you go in the clay target?
I went the whole one night, and I'm not even quite sure how many I went the next night.
Because you were in the final 10.
Yeah.
Or 9, because I was 10th.
Yeah, you missed.
I missed the
last round.
Yeah. And then Ryan Glow, as we'll say in every series, you know, he could be on this ring series, but he decided to skip the
next year,
Yeah, that's what he said. Maybe next year it'll be fine. So you shot well in the singles. Now, like I said, going into the last two handicaps, you broke, what you went, 99, 99, 99, 98, correct?
Yep.
So on your 98, where'd you miss at? Do you remember?
Well, I went out not as confident as I should have been, just thinking, okay, it's the last day. And I dropped my third bird. And I was like, okay, this is going to be awesome. Well, I refocused, reset, took a step back, started over, and run about the next 75, 80.
Okay.
And I missed on my last box and then run them out.
Okay.
So were you thinking, like, overall, or were you trying to win the handicap, or what was your mindset going into that last 100 targets?
My mind, going into the last 100 targets would probably just junior HOA. I didn't even know that I was in the runnings for the overall until it was all said and done.
Till it was over?
Yeah, until it was over. I had
So you didn't look at all. I knew you were in the
I
right.
was looking at junior, but I never looked at like the overall. I never paid attention to how close everything was, and I just remember getting the phone call from Dad and said, "Well, it's looking like you're having a good chance." I'm like, "Well," and I looked and I was like, "Yeah, I might."
So what was the score you broke?
I broke a 988 out of 1,000.
988. So that's pretty solid. That's pretty salty.
Five handicap, and your doubles you missed six. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause you had 98, 96.
Yep.
Right, and then you had 90. I think you had 99 in the Kubota doubles.
Yeah.
That's always
Which
the
that,
good runner
which that
shooting
yeah,
99.
it doesn't count for the overall, but that's what I used to do. Every guy break 100 in it, I'm like,
Run the Kubota.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what looking, like I said, I did a little analyzing of your scores and your targets, and that's what I summed it up to be is you shot a lot more. Now you shot pretty decent at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
So now that's kind of your Sparta's pretty close to you.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's
your whole
we've
club,
got an
so-
advantage there.
Yeah, you get to shoot there a lot. I know, Zach goes down there and shoots a lot. What?
Home cooking.
Well, what happened to you? I mean, I'm just kidding.
Podcast fatigue, co-host, drainage.
Yeah, it's tough to, I won the overall myself. I've been runner-up multiple times, third multiple times, and it's a grind.
Yeah.
Now, in your case, not knowing, and you're young, you got young eyes, that helps
Yeah,
also.
definitely.
But I was just really blown away on your handicap shooting.
Well, they were solid.
99, 99, 99, 98.
Yeah.
Now if your doubles went up, you'd have won possibly had a good shot at winning the all around also. But that's it's like glow. The last two glow shot was 99, 99. So
when you're hot, you're hot.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, is you never know when it's going to turn all the way. But when it does turn on, if it can be during ground week, that's everybody's dream, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Definitely.
That's what it is. It's and it's your, now how old are you, Landon? 18?
I'm 18.
18 years old.
So this is going to be your first time on the All-American team this year?
Yep.
So you want a ring before you've been an All-American.
Yep.
Well, yeah, technically, right? You had the ring. And then,
yeah, because you're not an All-American until the end of the year.
Now the patch is hitting, so you got two things knocked out. When you're figuring to do it all, just get it done. Don't worry about it. And now you're going to Lindenwood, correct?
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about Lindenwood. Why you chose Lindenwood. What you're studying, if you know, kind of what direction are you going?
What are you going to school for?
Well, I'm getting my pre-engineering at Lindenwood, and then I'm going to transfer to major in mechanical engineering, which what I've heard schooling's going to be tough, but we'll tackle that as we go.
Where are you going to do that at?
I'm not sure yet, but it's been tough.
Well, yeah, school's tough, but if you hit the books hard, and focus, maybe take a little bit of step back from shooting if you have to. I don't recommend all the way stepping back, but just a little bit, focus on the books, because once you get done with school, you're going to be able to shoot your whole life. And at the end of the day, nobody knows this better than Rick. It's very, 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 very hard to make this, where you make your living. So I tell people all the time, if you can, go get a trade, figure out what you're going to do, build a business, then you can come back and do this your whole life versus trying to
grind.
Cool winning money at the grind with all those 99s, but I mean, not a sustainable business model in my opinion.
Yeah, and Zach can attest to this. Zach graduated from Landon. Yeah. Now, he had to pay the professors a little bit of cash on the side, but it's okay. But Zach was a good student at Lindenwood, and he also shot. And that's, I'd come in and Zach would go with me, and we'd do the clinic down at the Mulberry Grove Aces. And he'd come help me, and we'd have a good time and stuff. So I've been to Lindenwood. I played pool on your Lindenwood pool tables back in the day.
Pool up there yet?
I haven't yet.
Hello, Trap Talk listeners. Zach Nannini here, and I'd like to thank our show sponsor, Remington. And today, I would like to go into what shells I use when I'm training and when I'm shooting tournaments. First of all, we start with the gun club. This is a great shell. I shoot an 11.45 ounce and 1/8, and this is what I shoot for singles and both shots of doubles. The only reason I don't shoot this in tournaments is because I like a little bit of a harder shot, a little bit of a harder break, but it works great, and it's the same speed as this STS shell. So this STS shell, a little bit harder shot, figure 8 wad column, smokes the targets a little bit harder. Also, I shoot for singles and doubles, both shots. And then when I go to the back fence and I want to put the smoke on them, I bring out the Nitro 27 ounce and 8, 7.5. It's a 12.35 shell, blast the targets, works really well. I hope these shells work for you, and I want to thank Remington for supporting Trap Talk.
So to get into some gear, like just technical stuff, what gun do you shoot?
Yep.
What shells do you shoot? What's the equipment that you're using to have success with?
Well, right now I'm shooting, it's a Browning 725 unsingle combo.
Yep.
With the adjustable double barrel. It's something special that I think Guns Unlimited had.
Yeah.
And shells, for handicap, if I got the choice, it's the AA diamonds.
Okay.
Because I've kind of fell in love with those. But singles, AA, 11.45, 8s.
Okay.
Just, they're consistent. It's what I've shot since I've been young. That's what I'll probably continue to shoot.
Yeah.
Now, how about chokes? Are you shooting tight chokes, loose chokes? Are you changing chokes between singles and handicap, or what's your methodology there?
I shoot a full choke all the time. That's what I shoot. I've shot it since I've been real young. I've tried opening it up, and it doesn't have the consistency. And I like seeing the smoke off the target whenever you shoot it. So it makes you want to go after them harder and keep breaking them. And when you're not breaking them solid, I feel like I have no confidence.
So doubles, what's your chokes for doubles?
Light mod, I mod on doubles.
Okay. So you're
15-25.
Yeah, 15-20 on the Browning side.
Yeah.
Are you shooting, is it just factory chokes? Are you shooting Briley's?
Riley's.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good pattern.
Yeah.
And
Briley,
obviously you smoke them.
Yeah, for aftermarket chokes, Bradley makes an awesome line. I mean, everything they do is good.
So are you prescriptions? Do you use Pillas, Decots, Rangers? What's your glasses and stuff?
I've got L&M's right now. I've had them since I've been probably a pre-sub.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. But been looking at a couple different brands to try to get into something different. But as of right now, that's what I'm still shooting.
The L&M's. Yeah.
Do you have a specific color that you really like to use?
I use purple quite a bit, the light purple, because it's a good all-around color. But like today during handicaps, it got dark that last 25.
It did.
And it would have benefited me if I would have changed them, but it is what it is.
You didn't change them?
Nope.
Well, how did they go on the handicap?
Rough.
It's
rough.
It ain't, listen, we'll just say this. It ain't the Grand American.
Not even
American.
close.
That's okay.
Not Grand America.
Hey.
So, but, and that's, when you're, like Zach mentioned, when you're hot, you're hot.
Yeah.
And at the Grand, of course, I noticed like the second day or second handicap you shot. And I was like, I started looking at scores. I was like, Landon's shooting really good. And you broke the 98 doubles. I was like, okay, well, you're not
out.
You're not out.
Yeah.
Because the handicap gets you back in.
Even that 96 in doubles didn't take you out because you just changed a 96 in handicap for a 99 in doubles.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
flip-flopping it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people don't really spend some time thinking about is, Leo told me this, and it kind of holds true, I guess you look at it, but he said 99.5 average in singles is what you want to shoot the ground to stay in it.
Oh, yeah.
99 average in the doubles to stay in it, and above a 96 average in handicap.
Yeah.
Now that comes out to a 980 right on the nut. If you shoot 96s all the way through, 99.5 and a 99. That's not winning it nowadays.
No.
You're seeing 985, 986, 987, 988. But if you wanted to get to those big numbers, you can't afford to shoot 96s and 95s and 94s in the handicap.
And I think I broke 988 the one year, or 87, and I was like third.
Dumb.
I mean, it happened, and this year it was
Hot.
It was
hot.
There was some well, look at the class singles starting off.
Yeah,
when you broke 199, Zach and I broke 200s, and there was 11 200s.
Yeah.
That's the least.
That was a good
yeah,
Lewis.
that was a good Lewis.
love.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I was like, ooh, okay.
We gotta get that key.
But it's one of those things that, for your age, being 18,
The youngest overall winner, correct?
I don't know.
Anybody
I tried
that's
to
a
look.
listener, you could look in and tell us.
I tried to look it up, and I know there was. I know like Grand American Handicap, it's like 16. I don't remember what the all around is, but the overall, I think there was another 16-year-old that won it years ago. And this goes back into the 20s and 30s and stuff like that, or maybe it was 17.
Do you know?
But
I have no clue.
No idea.
he didn't know he was in the running.
Yeah,
That's what I like to see right there. He just out there banging away at targets, smoking darts, get done. I won. Oh, hey,
Thank you. Thanks for the ring.
shit. Yeah.
See you next
Now,
year.
what color ring did you get?
I don't know.
You
I
didn't-
couldn't tell you.
You don't remember?
No.
You just pointed at one and said, okay.
Yeah,
You were
pretty
just,
much.
it kind of set in. I could tell when Trapville did the interview with you, and you were like, because it was in the trophy room.
Yeah, it was in the trophy room.
Because I was
and-
trying to find you, because I did the deal with Dagan and on the line there.
Yeah.
And with Brandon, the deal and Dagan, they just got done, that night. And then I did the one real quick with Pat Lamont, just a little update. And then the Grand American Handicap winner also. And I was like, where'd Hick Landon go? And I asked someone, they're like,
He's gone.
I ain't seen him. I was like, yep, he just did the mic drop one and left. So, but no, that's cool though. Is it set in Foley that you
Not
want to
really. I think it will once the ring comes
Shows
in.
up.
They said it'll be a while, but
That's what,
yeah, they're pretty sweet. I didn't really know what it was, and
Oh, yeah.
my buddy knew more about it than what I
See-
did, and he kind of
see how heavy
explained.
that is?
It's actually real gold.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a
and
diamond in it.
it's a real diamond in there. It's about a quarter carat diamond. So yeah, they're nice.
It's very nice. You should
They
be
put
very,
they'll
very-
put your name on it. They'll put what you won in the year, and
Do they put the score on it or no?
no. I think you can possibly
Maybe on the inside or something.
if you want. Yeah, if you want to, you could do that or something.
Have
But
it etched in there. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
pretty good score.
yeah, 988 is pretty. Is that your highest
That's
overall of
probably the
1,000?
highest, but I've shot the Grand 3, maybe 4 years, and I haven't shot all of it.
Yeah.
I think I've only shot all of it 2, maybe 3 times.
Do you feel like shooting all of it versus shooting the Grand Week? You were more fresh just shooting the Grand Week, or did you like shooting all of it when you shot all of it?
I think you're better off shooting it all if you're wanting to go for the overall or the all-around, just for the simple fact that you kind of see who you're competing against, who's going to hold the consistency, and who can put up the scores in like we had the rain and the windstorm, and who can
Yeah.
keep their mind whenever we get pulled off the line for singles 3 different times in a day because lightning struck the power plant right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, no, that makes
Tough
sense.
day.
I mean, well, you remember what day was it? We were shooting doubles, and I shot the last pair. Remember that in the prelims? I shot the last pair that rained on the targets. I was like, okay, guys, see you later.
Thanks.
They're like,
He's selfish that way, Landon. He does that kind of
I
stuff.
just laughed. They were like, really? And I'm like, hey, this is what happens. You got karma. It comes back on us.
It's all about
But it's an awesome deal to see you young kids shooting so well. I mean, Dagan Voigtman, Dagan's only 22.
Yeah.
He's won 4 rings now.
Well, you got 4 years. You're good.
Yeah, you got 4 more years.
You got 4 years.
Dagan said he might come open. Now, I talked to Keith Ditto on the phone today, and Ditto said if Dagan comes open, he might go to sub-vet.
Well, that's a kind of a one out, one in kind of deal. But
I said, want y'all to stay in your categories,
So other questions that I wanted to ask you is, did you have formal instruction, or have you just been self-taught to this point?
Well, I've been taught since I was young, and I think like one of the biggest part of me being consistent and making sure I hit the target is when I was hunting when I was a kid. My dad would put one shell in my shotgun, and he'd say, "Make it count, because you don't get no more."
Yeah.
And he'd put one shell in my gun, so whenever we get ducks or geese or something like that to come in, I'd make sure I made that one shell count. So I think that has a pretty good way of coming together with trap shooting.
Yeah.
See, that explains a lot because I always put 3 in my gun, and when that bird comes, I shoot it 3 times. And my gun, like,
You don't eat birds Zach shoots.
No. They got wads in them and pellets and they're all mangled. Dove season's like war when I'm out there. You can ask the guys in Mulberry Grove. They know all about it. They know all about it. They call me the machine gun.
Machine gun Nanini over here.
That vanilla
Folks,
just
don't be like Nanini, okay?
Don't do it. It's not a good life decision.
Hello, Trap Talk listeners. Today's episode is brought to you by Wenig Custom Gun Stocks.
That being said, a custom gun stock is going to elevate your game to get the same fit every single time.
And I can attest to that. I broke hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hundreds with my Wenig Custom Gun Stock.
I haven't broke hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, Rick, but I did break 100 from the 27 within 7 days of getting my stock and broke 2 more that year and loved it.
Here, this is
Okay. You would take it or me?
We'd like to thank Wenig Custom Gun Stocks for supporting Trap Talk.
That being said, everyone knows.
Winners shoot Wenig.
Are we doing the end work?
as far as technique, style, you said, your gun, your equipment, obviously making the shots count. Are you like me and Rick and you're on the house? Are you
hold
a
place.
high hold type of person, or what do you do as far as technique, singles, doubles, and handicap?
Well, it really depends on where you're shooting, what the houses look like, and what the birds look like compared to the houses.
Okay.
Like here, the houses sit lower from my perspective than, say, Sparta, and the birds look like they're right, but really they're lower than what they seem because of the way the trap house is. So we've been cranking the birds up to make sure we get a good, even target like normal. And then
Okay.
you just raise your hold point above the house.
So you're above the house.
Normally I'm right at the top.
Okay.
Almost level is
Yeah.
pretty well where I
On the
sit.
front of the lip.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if the targets are higher, you're coming up with the hold
Yep.
point. So the higher the targets, the higher the hold point.
See, I just leave my whole point the same and just go after it.
Yeah.
That way you're not changing much because you start to do that a little bit, and then you can start stabbing at them or
Yep.
trying to give them a sustained lead.
Yep.
You know,
Are you
movement.
higher in singles and doubles, or do you kind of maintain those same hold points?
Doubles is slightly higher just because I lead off in doubles. I normally don't shoot on any other post. So you've got an idea where the birds are going to come out, but every trap house is different. So you've got to kind of give yourself a little wiggle room for that first pair at least when you switch posts. And I hold my hold point probably 6 inches above the house, just enough where I can see the bird come out on one side or the other or under my barrel. That way I know where I got to go to the bird. And after I shoot the first pair, I'm more consistent on where it's at.
Okay.
So you get a spot, you find it. You're a two-eyed shooter,
Yep.
right-handed.
Yep.
Just see the bird, it clears, and then you make a move, boom,
Yep.
break it. I mean, very similar. Just,
Yeah.
Just the only difference is the height.
He adjusts his
Adjusts
whole
the height,
points, which is fine. You're young, you can get away with that.
Now,
Wait till you get older. and
are
then-
you shooting at a pretty inclined point of impact, or
60-40. Just
Yeah.
quick gun. Yeah,
Flat.
pretty well flat.
Flat.
It's just a
So
quick gun movement.
you're moving the gun.
Yeah.
so you run
driving
right
through.
it? You don't float anything. You just drive.
Yep.
So now so with that technique, now you shoot the same gun at college for everything?
No, I've got a 50-50 gun I shoot for skeet and sporting.
Well, it's good to get that extra 10% of point of impact down on those other games because you shoot.
I was going to say 60-40.
Shooting that real elevated 60-40 pattern.
I think 60-40 you'd be okay shooting the same gun.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the
Probably.
flattest person I think we've had on the show.
Yeah,
Like, everybody-
60-40.
Like, I know I feel like I'm pretty flat with about 80-20. And
I'm
I know
75 to 80.
That's 75. See, he's always in half percents and stuff. He's a precise guy, but
That's what
It is what it is.
But that just tells me you must have some real gun speed. Like you're not you're not going easy into a target.
You're not trying to
see it,
spot
you're-
shoot.
You're
You're
attacking
driving.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're driving
I
through.
don't spot shoot.
Yeah,
I
you're
come,
driving
I
through
come
that target.
straight
Yeah.
up. I like snap to
Which
it.
is how, and that's probably why the success with your handicap is moving the gun. You
Yeah.
got to move the gun through that target by trying to float a target, especially at Sparta, when you get the thermals come through and
Yeah.
the target's just the way he's doing it's the best way. You know.
Do you see like you're covering the target when you shoot, or does it look like you're just getting there with your gun speed and it breaks?
Yeah, I'm just coming right through it, just swinging with it, and
It's the same way I shoot. Sean
Same-
Hawley
same
shoots.
sight. It's just
You do.
everybody has a different gun
Yeah,
speed. So,
exactly.
You know, some people can make that move with a 90-10 gun, and based on that gun speed, it's right.
Yeah.
Is the 60-40, and it's right. And I think a lot of people need to consider, you know, point of impact has to do with how quickly the gun's coming into the target.
Exactly. How you're moving the gun. And take it from Landon, I mean, he broke 988, so it seems to work.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could shoot a 60-40 gun. I mean,
No,
I might
you
have
can.
to put mine down
You
a little
can.
bit. I don't know if I'm moving quick enough.
Tomorrow Zach's going to go out there and try it. Just watch.
Shoot an 82 in singles.
Well, good thing there's no singles tomorrow, Zach. It's just, I think it's doubles and handicap.
All good doubles. I
Or
like
handicap and doubles.
Thank
No,
God.
doubles and handicap, I think.
I love them doubles, but
Is there anything else that you think you would like to share with young shooters or with any shooter that's on our show?
Yeah.
listening?
What kind of advice would you give a young shooter or a new shooter starting?
well, I'd say don't get too frustrated. Whenever you're shooting, you go out and shoot. If you get aggravated, whatever, take a step back, go do something else, rethink it, and then go back up and think about what you do wrong, and you go back up and shoot again. And to me, that's a lot of probably what's helped me, because when I was, I say younger, but probably 7th and 8th grade,
Yeah.
whenever I would struggle, I didn't have my driver's license, so I would we live in the country, so I took my side-by-side, and I'd drive it to one of the clubs that we got probably 2 miles, 3 miles from the house, and I'd sit up there and shoot until I figured it out.
Okay.
And it's just a lot of consistency, and if you want to shoot good scores all the time, I think practice is your biggest thing.
Yeah. It is. That practice is
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah. And perfect practice makes you perfect.
Yeah,
You know,
figuring
so-
it out, and I think saying, "Hey, I got beat today," and then not being scared to go work on it.
Yeah.
A lot of people get beat and they have a bad day, and then they just put it away.
They keep,
And,
it keeps building and building and building.
and to go
So-
figure it out and to go put some rounds down range, I think that's
Yeah.
a big deal, and I think that's very, very important.
Absolutely.
Rick, is there anything we're missing today? I mean,
No.
obviously we'll have to have him on again. He's gonna be
Yeah, exactly.
step
Yeah,
his whole life.
He's
a good
gonna.
shot.
He's congratulations on the ring.
Thank you.
Congratulations on making the All-American team
Thank
for your
you.
first time. That's an honor. It always is.
You're just checking
You know.
the boxes off. quickly.
Yeah.
You're like, do this, do that. Do you have any other really big goals or aspirations in your mind for your future?
Not really. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, or try to.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you'd like to thank, sponsors, family, anything like that?
Well, I guess I can thank my family. I mean, they kind of take me everywhere, and
Yeah. They
they
do.
pay for everything.
There, yeah. Well, mom and dad, you can't. Yeah.
that's the best
Yeah.
sponsor.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the biggest one for sure.
You can
Nice.
get happy.
They tell me go play your own options. You tell us what you want to do, and most people at the Grand, they were asking me why I didn't play more options, and I said, well, it's not my money, and I'm having pretty good luck right now, so I'm not going to change it.
anything, which is smart. That and it works for you.
Yeah.
A lot of guys do that. They'll break and then they go to play more, and then
And they'll
they're
shoot
thinking
good.
about it.
Yeah.
When they're shooting, I always say this: if you're going to play the money,
Play it.
play it.
Yeah.
Just play it all and don't worry about it. If you're kind of on the fence about playing stuff, then you just go in there and you play this and play that.
Yeah.
Don't think about it, because otherwise you come in that you're thinking it causes you to shoot a little bit.
I agree with what
different,
Rick said.
missing.
The only thing that I would say is I pick an option pattern. So if I'm
It's called
the
play all.
play all. That's Rick's
Zach
option.
doesn't do this, folks. So you can give him some crap about it because he'll go, "Oh, there ain't no money in that," and then someone will break a score and make money and be like, "Oh, I misfigured that."
Well, if I'm whatever I'm playing in one handicap, I'll play in all the handicaps. So if I'm going to play the jackpot purse, I play it every because you can't say, "Well, I'm going to play it on today and I'm going to not play it tomorrow."
That's
If you're gonna
exactly.
say, and this is the thing. Some people are going to circle the full ticket and go into that right away. If you want to start and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to play 25s."
Yeah.
Play 25s
I always
on all
say
the
this.
handicaps.
I always say if you're going to play 25s, then just play the 50s also.
Yep.
So 25s and 50s. Because then if you break a couple 25s, well, you're going to get paid on the 50s.
Yep.
And then just leave it at that. Play the Lewis and the 25s, 50s, and be done.
Yeah.
And be comfortable. And here's the thing, though. I've had some students go out and break 75 straight, and their parents or something, or spouse or squad mate will be like, "You didn't play the money?" And they're like, then they get out there and they're thinking about the money.
Yeah.
And then they start missing a few targets.
And that's
So-
another reason why, if you're consistent, you're not thinking about it. Like,
Exactly.
I've never shot an event that I didn't play at least the Lewis. And always playing the Lewis, I think, is valuable for shooters because they can hit it on the top, they can hit it in the middle, they can hit it low, and if more people were playing it, then there'd be more in the pot for everyone to get.
Yeah.
We could have a whole nother episode.
Absolutely. We'll have an episode on
options, and how they work and what they
Yeah,
count. But
so-
I want to say thank you for coming on. Obviously,
Absolutely.
this ring series is a lot of fun getting to talk to
Yeah.
all you real champions. Maybe one day I could get a ring, but right now I'm the only guy on the
could've
show
brought
that does.
one. I could've brought one for you.
What's sad is I sit here every day and it's ring winner, and I'm like, hey.
Hey, I could have brought one. You could have worn one at least for the show. It would fit. It'd be too big.
It's
but-
too big. I have to put like tape on it and everything.
But that being said, we want to thank our sponsors. Obviously, Wenig,
Yep.
Remington, Shot Tracker, RM Shooting Clinics, and Zach Lanini Financial. If you need an advisor, I'm here for you. Am I forgetting anybody?
Well, we'll thank the KTA Hall of Fame. They're letting us use
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame room. So we got lights up. Everything looks good.
It is nice.
Yeah.
We're throwing a great shoot. We're at the Southwestern Ground right now. I recommend checking it out. It's my first time. It's your first time at the KTA for the Southwestern Ground, right?
Yeah, for the Southwest Grand.
Because we've gone many years
Yeah.
to San Antonio, but
Oh, yeah.
now that it's moved up here.
Yeah, and I
didn't-
just showed up this morning because I had a bunch of stuff going on at home. Zach was happy I didn't shoot the overall, so
always in.
he always is.
Well, we're going to get out of here. We'll catch you next Friday. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in to Trap Talk.